What's good, my G's? G stands for Gamers. It is I, your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? Far Cry 4. But before I get into that, I want to say thank you to everybody that's on the channel. Happy New Year's. If you're just coming to this for the first time, welcome to the Ignorant Gamers channel. Subscribe right off the bat. Give us a little trial. Give us a couple of videos, maybe 10 videos or so, or go through the back catalog and then you could decide. Either way, check us out. Always check our descriptions too. Blah blah blah, yeah. You hear every other channel you go to. Let me get to the video. Subscribe, motherfucker, subscribe. Anyway, Far Cry 4, possibly Far Cry 5, talking about dinosaurs. Oh man, Battlefield fans want dinosaurs. Far Cry fans want dinosaurs. Let me back it up. So, Ubisoft had a poll for future Far Cry titles, or possibly settings. They had a couple options in there, you know, something dealing with like Peru or Alaska, something Vietnam, and some other Western type thing. And then they had something like modern with Jurassic Park style island with dinosaurs. So the keyword, and then there was something about like some Mad Max style post-apocalyptic world, and of course, you know, there was some damn conversation about zombies. So anyway, let me get to the point that I would love to make right now. Do you really think dinosaurs is what's up? Shout out to Dino Crisis series, and the third one might have bodied that entire series. So shout out to Capcom, who probably made the best dinosaur video game ever made, or let's just say the best video game with dinosaurs in it, because I think you guys forget about the whole dinosaur thing. Like, I'm an OG gamer. If you haven't seen my Meet the Gamers video, you'll see I've been around for a while, and I want you guys to know something. And I feel like everyone who keeps requesting this in the comments of every Battlefield video, dinosaurs, and people who are now requesting it, and everybody's requesting it on some dev's channel or some YouTube video about dinosaurs. I need you guys to really sit there and think about this for 1 second. How? Why do you want to do it? Just because you want to see the massive? Do you want to be the do you want to be the dinosaur itself? Jurassic Park games are not that great. I repeat, Jurassic Park games are not that great. Now, I am not a dinosaur hater. I'm OG Turok player and a few other ones that just like you probably wouldn't even know about. Like, I want to throw a name out there, but I'm kind of iffy with sharing this with you guys. But there's something I need you guys to know. You see how zombies, that life has come and now it's starting to like plateau, and I think it's even starting to decrease a little bit. I think you guys don't remember, maybe because you're too young, that dinosaurs were already here. Now, I'm one of those people, those gamers that have been around long enough to know that there were some games back in the days that, you know, yeah, it was cool that we had it, but we know we didn't have the technology. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the Dinosaurs games were pretty much that line. Like, for instance, I'm such a dinosaur fan that there is a cartoon called Dinosaurs. I repeat, there is a cartoon called Dinosaurs. Now, that was a dope cartoon. That was an amazing cartoon opportunity to get a video game series based off a cartoon. And I'll throw another one out there named Cops, but that has nothing to do with dinosaurs. So everything else has just been like there was a dinosaur in it. But the thing got so bad, like they would try to run, it was almost like, you know, oh, you're playing this game called Sniper Elite, let's make a zombie mode. Like, they just spammed it to the point where they probably had dinosaurs, you know, selling t-shirts or fucking Saturday morning. Like, it got crazy. It got out of hand. The only person that was doing anything remotely good was Jurassic Park. Now, there is a game called Primal Rage or Primal Fear or whatever, Primal Instinct, something, Primal something. based off the Killer Instinct technology, and you know, they were cool, but I don't think you really know how bad those games really were. They were cool to play. It's one of those fun to play games, but the games are terrible. You know what I'm saying? So let's fast forward to something post 2010, right? So there was a game called Dino D-Day, which is basically, I think there was some like Nazi scientists around the World War II era, and they was breeding killer dinosaurs. So you'd be playing, you know, like Call of Duty style type gameplay with dinosaurs on the other team. Like, okay, maybe Evolve type game could have been like that. I don't know. But my point is, it's not going to work. That's the main point I want to get across. I mean, if you want to get real technical, maybe Bubble Bobble is probably the best dinosaur related game, or is Bubble Bobble dragons? See, that's the thing. Dragons still work. I look at a lot of top 10 videos, and for whatever reason, when it comes to like games with dinosaurs in it instead of dinosaur games, they name like Tomb Raider and a bunch of other shit that doesn't really deal with dinosaurs. I mean, I think even Monster Hunter is in there, and if I'm not mistaken, that's more dragons than dinosaurs. Like, the definitive game will always be Turok. Now, there's a Godzilla game that was, oh no, I think there was a King Kong game that had some dinosaurs in it, and that game, because of the movie, didn't get a lot of love and attention because the movie was kind of bad, but that was actually a pretty decent game. Like, seriously, if you skipped out on that, you might want to look up some footage on it. Maybe it was Peter Jackson or something, I don't know, but I think that right there was like, yeah, in my head, like, yeah, there's a need for that. And then when you realize it, it's like, well, maybe it isn't a need for that. Now that I think about it, it is called Peter Jackson's King Kong, which is the official game of the movie. And if the cover serves me correctly, Ubisoft did make that game. So they do have the models to make it happen. If anyone can pull it off, it will be Far Cry. So I just want to make sure that y'all know that I'm not completely hating. I'm just a little tired of seeing dinosaurs in the fucking comments. I mean, let me get me wrong. Like, I'd rather see Battlefield, or not even Battlefield, a Frostbite engine game with it. They got some, but again, what would that game be? Is it a horde game? Like, are we 24/7 horde? Because we know that you generation players will not be happy with that. So, like, what would that game be? What would a Tyrannosaurus Rex game or a dinosaur based game be? Like, exactly would it be? Would it be a horde based game? What's the hell is the name of this game? I think it's called Orion or something. Look like a fucking basically a poor man's dinosaur like Halo or something like that, which graphically it looks pretty good. I remember, I think the sound wise I didn't like it, but you know, again, there's a bunch of Jurassic Park games that are not cool. I mean, you want to throw The Land Before Time in? I believe they had a video game tie-in. I think they had a video game tie-in. I mean, a lot of them were on PC from back in the days too. And this is why I keep saying to myself, I don't think you guys know what you're asking for. Because the only real dinosaur game is the Dino Crisis series. And Capcom is scared as hell to put that out. Turok was done. I mean, Acclaim, before they went under, and RIP to anyone that worked for that company and any IPs that died with it, they ran that game into the ground. They did not keep up with the thing that made the first one so epic. They never really got out there and made it happen. I do remember another one called like Carnivores. See, like, the games are starting, the more I'm talking about it, and that's why I'm letting this video run, the more I'm talking about it, I'm just remembering more and more bad fucking dinosaur games. I remember another one called like Prehistoric Island or something like that. Like Carnivores, Prehistoric Islands, this stupid ass game called Dinosaurs Extreme, I think it was called. Like, yo, I'm telling you, Those games were terrible. There was like an educational museum game that was on PC, and I think it was also on Mac. The few games Mac get, like, I'm telling you, y'all don't know what you're asking for. However, again, to get back on your side, I mean, Far Cry system is a pretty dope system. Like, let's give it up for that. I mean, I love what they did with the Blood Dragon thing to extend the game, but like, the survival instinct with Far Cry was amazing. So how do you add that in with Dinosaurs? You think we're gonna be jumping on some of those lesser known or those more of a humanly sized with the small neck ones and just ripping their throats out, sneaking up on them? Based on how Jurassic Park has set the standards for dinosaurs, I don't really believe that we could sneak up on any of those dinosaurs. You get what I'm saying? What's coming to my head? I own a 32X Genesis. There was something like BC Racers, and this is again, like, this is an era where they were starting just to do whatever. BC Racers, I think it was called Prehistoric Racers. Maybe it was Prehistoric Racers. I know it had the dude Chuck Rock, who also had a prehistoric game. I know he was in that game, and they had dinosaurs like riding vehicles, like on some karting type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all don't know what's going to happen. Y'all about to open up a Pandora's box. See, these developers ain't silly enough to put zombies inside of kart games and shit, but I guarantee you they will put some fucking dinosaurs in there. There's a cartoon called it was a movie, We're Back, a Dinosaur's Tale, a dinosaur story, and this is like the mid-90s. I feel like I was either in the 6th grade or the 5th grade when this came out. It was a Genesis, because I am a Genesis kid, and you know, the game was terrible, and it was based off the movie, and they had the nerve to do it twice. And then there's like another terrible fucking game, like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which Capcom made that shit, and it was basically like Final Fight / Streets of Rage, and I don't remember if there was any fucking dinosaurs in the game. Like, it's wild. I remember Bonk was mid-90s. That was kind of sort of out there, but then there was another game called something Rex, something like, what was an R word that fits in the word of like tubular and all that stuff. Digging into my Mario Kart Super NES Mario World term right there. Radical Rex, another one. Terrible. Even the Flintstones had a game. Like, y'all don't remember this. I think in like 94, 95, a lot of y'all just started playing video games, and for a good chunk of that time you were a kid and you didn't know no better, and you think these games were really good and they hold a very nostalgia thing. And I've had to eat that too. Like Primal Rage, I'll give you that. I'll give you Primal Rage, and I'll give you Dino Crisis, but that's all in Turok. If you were old, like in Turok, other than that, you're not getting it. Like, it's terrible. There was even a shooting game, fucking Tom Clancy, no, not Tom Clancy, something like Dinosaurs Mercenary Dinosaurs, or like you could hire dinosaurs running around in like Jungle Strike, like shooting people. Like, I don't think you guys understand the Pandora's box that you opening. Like, this shit will suck. I think Barney's fucking game was probably better than everybody's shit, other than the ones I already gave props to. Like, I don't think you guys really understand what the hell is going to happen. I do remember another one called like this was another Super Nintendo game, and I remember this cartridge being like, what was it, like $100 in the store. You know, this is before we had like the MSRP thing, and the shit was like, what was it called? It was called was it called? Something City, like Dino City or some shit like that. Another trash game. Basically, you know what Dino City was? It was like an adult Mario. An adult Mario riding on Yoshi. That's all I can say. That's the God on a shoe. It was like a dino. It was like an adult Mario riding on an adult Yoshi. And then when you would get on Yoshi's back, I don't know what the character name was because he wore a grease jacket. He kind of stood upright, but like he could, like if you wanted to, they could put a gun in his hand type shit. Like, yo, oh man, so these games are terrible because they was all like just trying to make it pop because Dinosaurs was the shit for some reason. I remember, but see, you can't even count this, but like Joe and Matt Caveman Ninja, like that was another game that everybody had that was terrible. I mean, maybe I said Bonk's Adventure was another prehistoric game, but yo, I promise you, it's just a nostalgia feeling. Those games are terrible. Those games are terrible. You don't want them. And if you open up the Pandora's box, because I guarantee you, if EA decides to make one, again, what the game is going to be about, you can almost guarantee to make a Jurassic Park game. Now, a Jurassic Park game is coming out pretty soon. No, sorry, a Jurassic Park movie is coming out pretty soon, and we have the technology to make it pop. But we know the track record when it comes down to licensed video games. And in general, Jurassic Park games have not been that successful. So I don't know what the big fuss is about with these dinosaurs. I understand. I mean, if anyone can pull it off, I do think the Far Cry writers and directors and producers can make it happen. What was that other one? It was like a third-person shooter game on Xbox, the original Xbox. Oh man, I can't think of it right now. I think it's a Microsoft Studio game at that. Cause you know what, man, just let me know what you think. Comment. Let me hear your thoughts. Alright, your boy Snow. Like I said, we got everything popping off. Website, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, blah blah blah. And I'm out. 1.